at about 9,542. To be
All right, we have one contestant. I repeat, one contestant.
This is 30 seconds, folks.
Hi, I'm Donnie. No? Great. I've got a live one.
We're almost at go. 10 seconds.
Have Funyun.
Can I get a jungle check?
6, 5,
Hey, fade to black.
3.
Vader is still Luke's father.
Hey there, I'm your host, Cookie, and I know what you're thinking, because I have psychic powers. Playing alone, are we? Don't worry, I'm here. And the wrong answer of the game is brought to you by
Reformed Robots House Cleaning Company. They've been reprogrammed to do no harm and to do your windows.
Okie doke, this is really happening. Let's start with a brief history of time. Suppose Stephen Hawking opens up an upscale grocery competitor to Whole Foods named Black Hole Foods. Which statement would be true about his new store? Dairy products would freeze instantaneously, carts couldn't escape the mass of the parking lot, the salad bar would absorb all surrounding radiation, or each store can only be built next to a
A black hole is a collapsed star that is so massive nothing can escape it. Not light or shopping carts.
That's right, Stephen. Everything around a black hole just disappears. Just like your paycheck when you shop at Whole Foods.
Ha, ha, he, ha.
Thank you, Stephen. This one's called Question Number 5. A lot of people consider Lou Bega to be a one-hit wonder with his song Mambo No. 5. But I have to disagree. It's only been a little over a decade since the song came out, people. There's still plenty of time for him to have another hit that sounds vaguely like his first. So, if Lou Bega wrote a song about all the dancing girls he met in Brazil, what would it be called? Cha-Cha No. 5, Salsa No. 5, Samba No. 5, or Rumba No. 5? Smart people choose this. The samba was developed in Brazil in the 19th century. So the next time you go to Lowe's, be nice to the cashier, because he may just have another hit on the way. No, this would be the robot vacuum dance, and this robot isn't going to help you. But you know what robot will? A reformed evil robot, just like the one you won from the Reformed Robots House Cleaning Company. The only mind they'll be blowing is your figurative one due to their exemplary service. This wrong answer of the game has earned you $4,000. Don't spend it all in one place. Here's one for you. I go nuts for A&E TV. Which animated animal would not appear on an episode of Hoarders? Secret Squirrel, Woody Woodpecker, Nemo, or Alvin, Simon, and Theodore? If you had your own TV show, it'd be called Stupid Human, and it would probably fail, in part because that title would be awful. Were you thinking of this one? A clownfish does not hoard its food, but instead eats the leftovers of the anemone it lives with. Another misconception about clownfish, they're not particularly funny, not even for a fish. How about the Ministry of Silly Books, and it's a this or that. I'm gonna read off 7 names. For each one, tell me if it's a Pulitzer Prize winner for fiction since 1980, or a Monty Python comedy sketch. If it won a Pulitzer, press your X button. If it's performed by Python, press your B button. Each one right, get you 300 kinds of cheese. Each one wrong, get you 300 dead parrots. And don't forget the clock. Okay, let's move. Breathing lessons. How not to be seen. A good scent from a stranger. The cheese shop. Tinkers. Hitler in England. Argument clinic. This reminds me of my favorite Python sketch, Confuse a Cat. Except you got confused a little, not a cat. And also there were trivia questions. Then there's the famous Monty Python sketch, The Fish Slapping Dance, which is based, of course, on the classic novel Moby Dick.
Where's the vibe, girl? Rock my world, girl. Ooh, yeah.
Open wide for... Warning, high fructose corn syrup. Say the U.S. Department of Homeland Security takes a Mountain Dew Code Red taste test. If they respond as if the Homeland Security advisory system is at threat level red, what will they say? So good it's dangerous. It quenches a severe thirst. The taste is... This should leave a bad taste in your mouth. Oh, you're gonna kick yourself. The color red in the Homeland Security advisory system means the nation is facing a severe threat. Just remember, kids, if your urine looks like Mountain Dew, you're fine. If your urine looks like Mountain Dew, code red, see a doctor immediately. That'll wrap up round 1. And you've got a decent score there. Don't screw it up. Keep in mind, in round 2, everything is worth twice as much. Okay then, here we go. This one's known as tabloid math. If a back issue of Us Weekly featured the headline, John plus Kate plus 8 minus John, what would the exclamation point represent? Pi, logarithm, factorial, or imaginary number? No, you're an imaginary number. I so wanted you to pick this one. An exclamation point is the symbol used for the mathematical term factorial, which equals John multiplied by John minus 1 multiplied by John minus 2, etc., until you get to 0. So if John equals 4, John factorial would be 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which equals another number. You figure it out. I hated that show. It made me want to square root John and Kate right in their asymptotes.
Question 7.
Coming up next, I can't find my fingers, but Nathan Fillion is a giant. Well, it happened again. I ate a 2-pound Chipotle burrito and watched a movie right before I went to sleep, which of course caused me to have a crazy dream. I dreamt that I became this slave and had to fight against a series of opponents in front of hundreds of people. I fought several men and even had to fight larger versions of my cats, Mayonnaise and Poopsie. It broke my heart, but I had to slay them. And afterwards, I was all mad and was like, is everybody enjoying this? Finally, my last opponent was the person who enslaved me to begin with. And guess what? It was my mom. Once I defeated her, the dream ended with me dreaming about my former life. It was so weird. What movie was I watching? 300? Spartacus? Yep. I was watching Gladiator. And this leftover burrito isn't half bad. I'm so glad I didn't really kill you, Poopsie. Come here, give Poppy a kiss. Oh! I love you too, you see?
Lordin' chickens picking out a mate. Guess I'll marry 8.
Up next, I miss microfiche. If you were doing research online, which of the following would you be unable to find? Wikipedia's entry on Wikipedia? Wikipedia has a page for every episode of Frasier. Of course it has a page for itself. Next time, try this. Wikipedia has an entry on Wikipedia, Britannica has an entry on Britannica, and Urban Dictionary has several entries on Urban Dictionary. But the Merriam-Webster Dictionary isn't that self-referential. Yeah, and gullible isn't in the dictionary either. That's a good one.
Strolling through the park with the sarsaparilla. For me, if I
I call this one Strike Lee. Suppose Malcolm X were still alive and he decided to go bowling. It could happen. If Malcolm X were to bowl a turkey, what would be displayed on his lane's computer screen? Malcolm X XX, Malcolm X /// Malcolm X. A turkey is when a player bowls 3 consecutive strikes, and X means strike. And if you think those rental bowling shoes are sanitary, you've been hoodwinked. You've been had. You've been took. You've been led astray, run amok. You've been bamboozled. And your feet are infected.